Hello and welcome to Vietnam Journal, our daily English news bulletin on NetViet VTC 10. I'm Ngọc Ánh speaking from Hanoi. Every day we will bring you comprehensive and up-to-date information on Vietnam and following our major stories on Wednesday. Vietnam-Germany trade to hit $5 billion this year. Spanish flamenco dancers to perform in Vietnam. And an Italian wine expert enjoying Vietnamese traditional paintings. Two-way trade between Vietnam and Germany has increased continuously in recent years and is forecast to hit $5 billion this year. Particularly, German Chancellor Angela Merkel's upcoming visit to Vietnam is expected to further boost bilateral economic cooperation.
As Vietnam's leading EU trade partner, Germany mainly imports Vietnam's footwear, garment, aquatic and agricultural products. Meanwhile, Vietnam imports machinery, automobiles and pharmaceutical products from the European partner. Germany currently ranks 22nd out of 89 countries and territories investing in Vietnam. The European country has committed 139 direct investment projects totaling $778 million. At present, the two countries are carrying out several major projects in infrastructure and energy. They include the subway route number 2 in Ho Chi Minh City and an international airport in the southern Vietnam.
And following is some other business news in brief.
State-owned Kuwait Petroleum International or KPI will receive funding from the International Finance Corporation or IFC to build up Vietnam's second oil refinery. The facility is situated in the northern province of Thanh Hóa. It is a joint venture between KPI, Petro Vietnam Construction Corporate and Japan's Idemitsu Kosan and Mitsui Chemicals. The project totals $7.5 billion and is expected to be ready for operation in 2015.
Vietnam's furniture export is expected to cross $4 billion this year. The export revenue touched $3 billion in the first 9 months, surging 17% from the same period of last year. September alone saw the export value reach $402 million. Vietnamese wood products are shipped to 120 countries in the world. The US accounts for 38% of Vietnam export revenue, the EU 44% and Japan 12%.
175 outstanding entrepreneurs were honored at the Vietnamese Entrepreneur Festival 2011. The event took place on October the 1st at Mũi Né Bai Resort in Vietnam's southern city of Phan Thiết. Enterprises in the fields of real estate, tourism and healthcare services were praised for overcoming the challenges of the global economic downturn. They made significant contributions to the country's development and social welfare.
In developed countries, applying IT in finance has become popular, but in Vietnam, this technology is still new. In today's show, we will have a conversation with Mr. Arun Kant, senior consultant of US-based Synsort company, about the issue.
Hello, Mr. Arun. Thank you very much for joining my talk today. It's nice to meet you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Can you tell us about some activities of Synsort in Vietnam?
Yes, we have come to Vietnam to introduce our products for both data integration and data protection. We are looking for distributors and resellers, and also we are contacting some of the customers, potential customers, and educating them on our software and how our software can help them to grow their business and also be very competitive in the world finance market.
What do you think about Vietnamese market of e-finance solutions?
It is a growing market. Lot of infrastructure development is happening now. Government has put the right policy in place. Companies are going to modernize their infrastructure, and we feel very good that very soon local Vietnamese companies will be as good as the Western companies in this field. The advantages which we have had entering Vietnam was because it is an emerging market, so we feel that companies are now starting to go to the next level. For example, local Vietnamese bank are now going to modernize their infrastructure to compete with banks like Citibank and other banks. So this is, we feel, is the right time for us to come.
What should Vietnam do to develop an e-finance?
First, like any other industry, Vietnam e-finance organizations have to put right policies and procedures in place. They should learn from mistakes which happened with other countries, and hopefully they will not do the same mistakes, and also select the right vendor for their projects.
Can you give me an example of lessons that Vietnam should learn from other countries?
Yes. First, for e-finance, security is very important. Building very good infrastructure for network is very important. So these are the two things I think Vietnam is really doing a very good job. I'm very, very pleased that wherever I have gone in Vietnam and spoken to people, first question they ask is, how is your software secure? So that is a good point to have. And today I can use my mobile phone today in Vietnam to do everything on the internet at a good speed. So the infrastructure is there.
Vietnam Journal. It's not just news, it's life in Vietnam.
Welcome back to Vietnam Journal. The South Korean embassy held a ceremony in Hanoi on Tuesday to celebrate the 4,344th anniversary of the Republic of Korea's National Day. Korean diplomats and businessmen attended the ceremony along with Vietnamese representatives.
Economic and cultural relations between Vietnam and South Korea have been flourishing in recent years. South Korea is now the largest foreign investor in Vietnam in terms of FDI projects. The South Korean embassy has played an important role in fostering bilateral economic relations.
We are working on the FTA between Vietnam and Korea. Once we conclude FTA, then certainly it will increase the trade between the two countries, and also we make a lot of effort to import many products from Vietnam, because Vietnam now faces sort of trade deficit with Korea.
Two-way trade has reached $10.2 billion so far this year. The figure is expected to increase to $16 billion this year and $20 billion in 2015. Tuesday's ceremony was a chance for Vietnamese and Korean people to meet up to learn more about each other's culture and seek new cooperation opportunities. In the celebration, Vietnamese artists performed with traditional instruments. There was also an array of pictures featuring a dynamic yet traditional Korea.
The Embassy of Spain in Hanoi held a press briefing on Tuesday to introduce two flamenco performances of Ballet Cristina Hoyos in celebration of Spain's National Day. The two flamenco shows will take place in Hanoi on October the 12th and Ho Chi Minh City on October the 14th.
These coming performances are specially arranged for Vietnam. 5 dancers will convey the spirit of Federico Garcia Lorca's poems through their elegant dances. The performance shown on October 12th is sponsored by Vietnam's An Viên Group. The Ho Chi Minh show is supported financially by Spanish business group. Flamenco is rooted from Spain in 18th century. The dance has been recognized as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage in November 2010.
Pier Paolo De Mastri from Italy has been running a wine importing company in Vietnam for 2 years. Let's get to know this Italian wine expert's passion for Vietnamese traditional paintings in the following report.
Hi.
Hi.
I tried to find Mr. Pier Paolo.
I'm Pier Paolo.
Ah, you are Pier Paolo. I'm very lucky to find you immediately. Nice to see you.
Nice to meet
I'm
you,
from
Paolo.
ETC. And this is your headquarters?
Yes, yes.
So, oh wow, you have a lot of bike here.
Yes, we have a lot of bike because, okay, this is the bike of my colleague and 2 bikes for me.
Ah, you have 2?
Yes,
Why?
yes.
Why you need...
Okay, when I started to live here, I decided to buy 2 motorbikes.
Why?
It's too flexible because it's possible for me to use 1 motorbike for the pleasure and 1 to work.
One for working and 1 for pleasures. And you travel a lot of time with the bike?
Yes, a lot of time because it's very easy for us to meet the guest and other friend and okay.
Pier Paolo's talking about his motorbikes make us feel that we've found a new Italian friend in Hanoi.
This is my dining room, and if you want, I show you more.
Wow, you have a warming dining room, a very warm dining room.
Yes. Please have a seat.
Thank you. So, how long have you been in Vietnam?
From the January 2009.
January
2009.
Until now is nearly 2 years.
2 years more, 2 years. During 2007, I understood that the potentiality of this country about the selling of the wine, because this is a young country, and I think it will be a wonderful place to sell the wine, in particular Italian wines, because there are no more Italian wine here. I bought this kind of...
Because of his passion on wine, the wish to introduce Italian wine to the Vietnamese, Pier Paolo decided to have a bold move, starting his business in Vietnam. Luckily, he can travel to many places thanks to this business and has been given amazing paintings as gifts by his partners.
And you can... This is a sewer picture, and very interesting way to prepare.
Do you know this place in Vietnam?
It's Oy Ang, I think.
Hoi An, yes.
It's Oy Ang.
Hoi An, a very famous
Yes,
place.
Oy Ang Bridge. Japanese Oy Ang Bridge. The name is Japanese, Oy Ang Bridge. And okay, it's very strange. Not easy to find this kind of way to prepare the picture in Italy. Impossible, absolutely. Impossible.
Do you know that it's handmade?
Yes, I think it's, yes, absolutely. But very strange, and I love this kind of way to make. Another one, very particular, another. I love the very strange picture, not the normal one. This is a picture made with bamboo.
Bamboo.
Okay, this is a present of the embassy of Italy. And okay, it's a wonderful, wonderful picture.
While the story of the Italian wine expert and his passion for Vietnamese traditional paintings has wrapped up our Vietnam Journal for today. From all of us here at NetViet VTC 10, thank you for watching, and we will see you again tomorrow.